Good morning to all of those tuning in. This is the Rebel Lemon, and today we're back to playing Coffee Talk Hibiscus and Butterfly. So, last time we had a talk between Gala and Hyde, and we learned a little bit more about them and their background. And then when Lua came in, Hyde, even though he was a bit mean, not too bad though, gave her some advice she really appreciated. And then, when everyone else left, Hyde stayed behind for a small chat with us. And it seems he knows a little bit more than what he's letting on. But, with that being said, why don't we get right back into it? A new image recognition tech confuses dwarfs and gnomes. A review. Oh. Is that... I wonder if that's similar to the technology we have nowadays? Where... we have to feed it information, like pictures. And that can unfortunately lead to, along with the algorithms, racist results because we're not giving it enough information, or sometimes too much information, just in the wrong way. I don't know. That's interesting. Then again, what is the difference between gnomes and dwarves? Robots asked to give ultimate advice. Elven burnout is real. Here's how to avoid it. Interesting. Nothing too exciting, except for maybe the new image recognition tech, but that's just me. Before we start with that, let's go on to do... yeah, our stories. A girl always has her secrets. Yes, she does. Top of the morning to y'all. He sounds so Irish. Ugh. Hungover, but feeling awesome? Question mark. I wonder if that was because the night before. Just spent almost 2 hours checking on the mobile games in the App Store. The amount of copycat games are just staggering. Yeah, that's... actually, it's weird because they are illegal, but the biggest reason nothing's really done with that is because it's usually not worth the time or resources to deal with that, as there's a lot of other stuff that could be done first. But yeah, anyways, continuing on. No delivery today. We'll resume tomorrow. Oh, okay. Good evening. Officer Jordy! Officer, welcome. Hey, Lemon. How you doing? Oh, not great. Officer? Oh. Sorry. My mind is kinda elsewhere right now. No worries. Work issues? What else? I'm all ears if you want to chat. You're a pal. I'm in a real bind, Lemon. What happened? Well, never-ending workplace issues aside, things are getting weirder by the minute, and I'm feeling out of my depth. Are you talking about your recent patrols? Yeah. I've been analyzing the CCTV footage the last couple of days. Oh, I see. How did it go? Did the cameras manage to capture anything? Yes and no. The infrareds caught a couple of blurry things. They ran off, turned a corner, and disappeared. Could have been anything, like rats or cats. But neither fits what I heard on the scene. The footsteps, you know? The laughter. Come to think of it, it sounded more like giggles. Giggles? Can werebeasts giggle? Not at that size, no. Even if they could, it doesn't explain the footsteps, really. I see. So what's next? What's next is I check my phone. Do you know why the satyrs from France are more musical than the ones from America? 'Cause they have French horns. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That is pretty good. You get my heart. I really love the bad puns and everything. They are just great. So, what's next? I have some ideas, but they're just wild theories at this point. In short, I'm stumped. You know, Lemon, I've been racking my brain ever since Miss Riona dropped that bomb about fairies, you see. Oh, what about them? As it turns out, fairies was an umbrella term for many types of beings. Anything that didn't fit the known physical rules at the time was referred to as such. Oh, Does that mean banshees were part of the fairy folk? Probably. Not anymore, though. It's an ongoing process, but the list is getting shorter. But back then, any sentient being that was even remotely incomprehensible was considered that. And that includes apparitions. Apparitions? You mean like ghosts? Yes, apparitions like ghosts. I really wonder if those lightning strikes are like timed. Because if they are, they're like really well timed. Or if they're designed to be that way, then like good on the devs for making it like spot on. Ghosts? Ghosts. There it goes again. I see. What do you mean, I see? Doesn't that sound like a bad joke to you? I'm not sure I follow. But, come on. Ghosts don't exist. Do they? Because if they do, all I can think about is that damn tree now. Ah, right, the tree. Does that mean it's haunted? It could be. Ack! Don't get how you can be so calm about this. Huh? Well, why wouldn't I be? I mean, there's all sort of customers here. Some of them have been so out of this world even. Sometimes literally. You're right. I guess you're not the one who's being weird here. Don't say that. Everyone has their own... What? Peccadillos? Oh! Peccadillos. I believe is the pronunciation. I came across this word recently. It means something about like an unrelevant or like just a sin or like some bad habit that's like so small it's not even worth thinking about. It's a nice word. I like seeing weird words like this because then if you don't know what it is, you look into it. But if you do know what it is, it's kind of cool having more varied language. Though, I will admit, it has to match with the character and who they are, to be fair. True that. If you don't mind telling me, though, may I ask the reason why you're so afraid of ghosts? Oh gosh, no. That's a long story. Not something I'm ready to talk about anyway. That's understandable. All you need to know is my fear was never caused by actual ghosts. Oh? Suggestion is a very powerful thing, Lemon. That is very, very true. You can actually get a lot out of a person with just suggestion. Though, this also highly depends on the individual, as some people are more, I guess, open or susceptible to suggestion than other people. So it's something that works on some people more than others, of course. But it's something that also can be altered depending on if you take any drugs. As that can increase your level of susceptibility to suggestion, which is interesting. But yeah, anyways. But that's all I'm willing to share for now. Okay, well, thanks for sharing. You know, it's funny. My grandpop was very into this stuff. So is my daughter. They're like opposites, very curious and fascinated by the unknown. Not that I'm not, mind you. It's just, with my time as a cop and all, unknown variables usually mean trouble. I see. That makes sense. They're the kind of people who could see things from nothing. And I mean that in the best possible way. Like, you know the Zen rock garden thing from Japan? Oh my god, yes I do. They are so beautiful looking. Just like the intricate... Well, it's not even intricate, it's very simple. The intricacy comes from more of the lines they draw in the sand. They understand the Zenness of it. What is Zen? That's something I've never got. I don't understand. Yeah, I guess I just don't understand what Zen is. I don't, but that doesn't stop me from thinking it's chill, you know? I think you almost got it. Yeah? But I'm sure he and my daughter could talk about it for hours. Too bad he passed away before she was born. I'm sorry to hear that. And don't be. On that note, Lemon, you see my lighter, right? I'd say I'm pretty well acquainted with it now, yes? My bad. That thing was originally my grandpa's. He bought it sometime after the war ended. It was to commemorate the upcoming new era, he said, in more ways than one. He got honorably discharged due to a severe leg injury he'd never be able to recover from. At that time, he was living across the street from the former town hall. For obvious reasons, he couldn't walk far. So it was a good location for him with all the veterans support nearby and all. Right. Now, about that street, you see, my grandpa liked to chat. Never liked being alone, that guy. Plus, he pretty much hated his bleak room. So sometimes he'd go and hang out with the street vendors in front of his place. There were all kinds of beings there, along with their pets from all walks of life. That's why he had a lot of stories about the craziest things. I see. You see, the street's name just came to my mind last night. Could you take a guess what it is? You mean Bourne Street? Uh-huh. It wasn't called that before. That's why the whole thing didn't click for me straight away. But I went through his files and it checks out. Does that mean the vendors he was talking about? Bingo. And you know what? He bought the lighter there. Wow, what a coincidence. Are you sure it's only a coincidence? What do you mean? Come on. Ain't no way they're just coincidences, Lemon. Everything is lining up too perfectly if you ask me. Oh? Think about what's happened so far. It was my team that found out about the vandalism before they dumped me on the whole case. Then my call was hit, out of everyone's, right? Then my luck started tanking. The broken mug, the fan, the black cat. Just tons of weird stuff happening in the past week, you see? Okay, right. Then the one thing led to another. My team was chosen to lead the investigation. and tell me who's in charge of the case. Me. Then there's the Banshee Lady, your patron, with some information I wouldn't have thought of. The dead tree, the fairy market, information I wouldn't even have remembered on my own. Right? And now we know why I kept losing my lighter, right? How are they not connected? Tell me. Well, if you list them all in order like that, I'm telling Lemon, that place is calling for me. The case is made for me. But they really picked the wrong guy. I'm just real bad at dealing with spooks. They make me question everything I've ever known, you know? I've always thought you're pretty good at handling ambiguity, officer. And not when it comes to supernatural stuff. Because we don't know enough about what's real and what's not. What will they do? Will they hurt us? Do they bring bad luck? Good luck? What's the truth? Who knows? Maybe you should take a day off and catch up on your sleep? Huh? What's that? No, nothing. You know, another patron of mine suggested a documentary to watch. Yeah? The focus was on interesting drinks from around the world. You could find everything from the mundane to the extreme, from local comforts to really special stuff. And I kept thinking one particular drink that might interest you. Oh? It's something like a protection drink. It's made of coffee, honey, lemon, and a slew of other ingredients. Huh. Protection from what, though? Evil spirits and bad luck, I think. Maybe it'll help ease your mind a bit. Ah, gotcha. But Lemon, even if the whole situation is, haunted, there shouldn't be any evil spirits. Right? I wouldn't know. But I might need your lighter. What for? Well, the drink needs to be lit up. I just think your lighter might give it a little extra boost it needs. Compared to just using a regular flame, I mean. Well, what are you gonna make me anyway? Nah, I trust you. Here. Oh yeah, Officer Jordy's lighter. It exudes an interesting feel. Okay then, make me this magical drink you've learned, Lemon. Okay, so, coffee? Fuck, was it lemon and honey or honey and lemon? Lemon and honey. Let's try it. Worst case scenario, we trash it and try the other one. That doesn't seem right. So, honey and lemon then. Coffee, honey, lemon. Whoa! That's super cool! Can I get me one of those? Oh, they have the little blowing effect too. Oh wow. The drink does light up, huh? Yep. This is special just for you. So don't tell anyone. Roger that. Here you go. Oof, careful. Why didn't it... It's on the coffee, right? Huh, it didn't light up. Weird. The spell-laden, alcohol-imbued Gallicin drink is known to ward off evil spirits. Just look at it. Dang, Lemon. This is really something else. You sure it's okay to drink? I have no idea. But I'll take responsibility if anything happens. Huh. Huh. I'm just being silly, aren't I? Sorry for bothering you with all this stuff, Lemon. You even made me this crazy drink to make me feel better. Don't say that. I'm always happy to help however I can. Thanks. Man, at least with crooks you can actually deal directly with them, you know? Not the case with apparitions. Not with that attitude. Huh? Everything can be caught with a little elbow grease. Not actual elbow grease. I won't make that mistake again. McQueen? Is that you? Hello, Williams. Oh, it's Jordy Williams. That's cool. It's been a while. Huh, it is you. The surprises just keep coming this week. Let me go over there. You know each other? More or less. We were brunch buddies. Brunch buddies? Brunch buddies. I feel like I'm meant to say brunch buddies in the same serious tone. It's brunch, right? Like, between, like, a combination of breakfast and lunch? Like, what's... Okay. But I don't feel like to talk about it. I still get nightmares. What do you mean? It's brunch! Why is everyone being weird about it? I feel ya. I wasn't sure we were gonna make it out alive. We were truly the lucky ones. Without a doubt. I'll just take both of your words for it. Good. Because I don't like to talk about it. So, what brings you here, Detective? Surely, it's not the coffee. Secret police reasons. I've not read the briefing yet. But enough about me. Tell me about your supernatural problems. Yeah? You need to bust a ghost? Ghostbusters, busting ghosts. It's a good fucking movie. First and second one. Oh my god, hell yeah. I should rewatch them sometime. Oh. Well, busting might be a bit much. I was talking to Lemon about getting over my fear of that stuff. And ghosts? Something like that. I'm weak against ghostly looking stuff. I get freaked out easily. For example, I admit I got a little spooked by what happened on Bourne Street the other day. Ah, I remember that. I know very well that unchecked fear leads to prejudice. Yeah, that is very true. And honestly, it's kind of sad. We'd be a lot further along in technological and development and even our knowledge of stuff if there wasn't like fear and prejudice, you know? It's just kind of a shame. That's why it's a no-no in my book. It even pains me to admit that out loud. Sometimes the toughest case to crack is ourselves. Other times, it's ghosts. How do you do it, Detective? Your cases, I mean. I'd have probably lost all my hair by now if I were you. I try not to think about it all that much. And when I do think about it, I think, who else will do it? Nobody, that's who. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, once you get over the dead part, they're just like you and me. Look, I remember this one case. We were investigating a haunted apartment. This lady, her husband had recently passed away, but wasn't moving on, if you get my drift. Real deadbeat, couldn't take a hint. Anyways, we had to go in and exercise the place, right? But the husband, he's caught wind and he's retreated into the basement. I won't go into the technicalities of it, but it's harder to get a ghost out of a basement or an attic. It's all about angles, really. I mean, I get it. That used to be his home. All his stuff is still there. It's hard. I get that. So I'm slowly going down the stairs, try to coax him out. Bam! Next minute, this is all romantic music playing, and the whole place is lit up by a spotlight. Basic sensory illusions, classic ghost stories. Then, before I know what hit me, I'm sitting at this pottery wheel, and he's behind me and... Wait. Isn't this the plot of the 1990 film Ghost? Oh. Maybe. We had a movie night at work and I dozed off before it started. The story might have slipped into my subconscious. Riveting. Who next? Oh! Hey, Detective. Hey, people I don't know. Did you get your important errand sorted? I sure did. Dooley, I can see crumbs on your face. Ah, that's just the rain. It's very bready rain. There's filling all over your top. That's blood from the gunshot wound. It's healed up though. You're literally holding the receipt from the donut shop. That's why they pay you the big bucks, detective. So, what'd I miss? We're talking about getting rid of Officer Williams' fear of ghosts. Hey, ghosts? Yeah, you're afraid of them, right, Dooley? No, I didn't. Never met one. We stopped a ghost riot. Ghosts aren't real. So, why don't you... So you don't need to be scared of them. Easy. There you go, I guess. Sorry that wasn't much help. Nah. What you said. That they're just like us. That's a good thing to be reminded of. Exactly. They used to be alive just like us. As long as they don't try to eat, possess, or violently murder you, you should be fine. Very, reassuring. Just talk to them. Feel their culture, listen to their issues and spiritual wails. Treat them like any other person. See what's on the inside. Which should be easy since you can see through them. I thought you didn't believe in ghosts. It's best not to overthink anything he says. I certainly don't. Well, thanks for the advice. I think it'll help. Our pleasure. Now, Dooley, I think we should read that case briefing and find out why we're here. Oh, I already did. Oh? Turns out we were meant to arrest the person driving the taxi. Instead of taking it all the way to Seattle, yes. Why? The driver was a chupacabra. Wait, chupacabra. Oh, it was a chupacabra. Oh. Oh, fucking hell. I love puns. I love this guy. Ugh. Okay, let's get out of here, Dooley. Good luck, officer. Thanks, McQueen. A lot. You too, Officer Dooley. Bye-bye. Oh, bye, guy. Good luck with your rat palm or whatever. Bye, Coffee Wizard. Fuck yeah. Goddamn Coffee Wizard. Hell yeah. I really like playing wizards in RPGs. And I really like my coffee. So being a coffee wizard, that's not a bad combo. Take care. That was, quite something. Well, what'd you know, Lemon? Looks like my good luck is back. I'm feeling like $1,000,000 now. I'm very glad you do. Huh. Thanks anyways, Lemon. I really did nothing much. Are you going to be okay? Okay enough to start thinking about what to do next. I'm done here for the night. You have a good evening, alright? Please keep me updated, officer, and stay safe. Will do. Well, that should be the end of the night, right? Alright then. Maybe I'll go check the stock end. Huh? Oh! Miss Fiona, welcome. Hello. How's the traffic out there? It's a mess. There's a construction work taking place on Leonora Avenue? Oof. I can imagine the gridlock already. Fortunately, I have no deliveries to make today. That's great. I'm happy you're here. So, anything I can make you this evening? I'd like something for my throat. I would appreciate a cup of tea infused with lemon and a touch of honey. So tea, lemon, and honey. No problem. I love honey and lemon tea. But God, this looks so much fancier than anything I have and I want it. A cup of warm midsummer night's dream for you, miss. That's what we call here. How whimsical. Did we make this one before? It's wonderful. Sweet but well balanced with the lemon, and the slightest bitterness of the tea complements the taste. Thank you. You're so very welcome. By the way, you just missed Officer Geordie by a few seconds. Is that so? How is he? He's been thinking about what you said quite a bit, actually. Oh, he's currently dealing with plenty of clues he isn't used to. That's why he's hard at work at the moment. I see. Would you mind doing me a favor? Oh, what do you need? Could you give my contact information to him? We only connected via Bluetooth last time, so... Oh. An email address and phone number are written on it belong to Riona Sheridan. Sheeran. Oh, her last name's Sheeran. Huh. That's actually a nice name. A piece of blue card with email address and phone number written on it. So that goes to Geordie. Okay. What I said a few days ago may have been a bit overwhelming. Is it possible that I spoke more than was necessary? All because I couldn't help but feel a pang of bitterness knowing what happened to that tree? That's entirely understandable, though. But it's not my intention to interfere with his work. As such, if he requires any assistance, please do let me know. It is the least I could do, as I recognize there would be plenty of difficulty in obtaining information. Oh, I mean because Officer Geordie is a human, and we semi-physical beings have our own way of sharing information as such. I understand what you mean. Okay. I just do not wish to incriminate anything or anyone. It's fine, I get it. I'm glad. I'd say you already helped him out in more ways than one. Sorry, did you say something? I was zoning out a little. No, nothing. I'll pass this off to him. Okay, thank you. You're very welcome. Bad traffic aside, how are you? To be honest, I've had a lot on my mind of late, and I don't know how to express it without sounding pathetic. You know I'm all ears. That may actually be part of the problem, I'm afraid. But pardon? You know, I've held conversations with more individuals over the last week than I've had in the past few years. Is that a good thing or bad? It's troubling. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't mean it necessarily in a negative way. It's just... I used to believe that I had a settled life objective, but I have been doubting it lately. How come? I finally heard back from Miss Rachel yesterday. Oh, any good news? No. Our fields are admittedly quite different, so I was not expecting much. However, she provided me with some contacts who might be of assistance, even though they had no direct connection to the audience I'm trying to reach. I see. She explained clearly why she thinks I should contact them, however, which I am thankful for. That's very thoughtful of her. So, what's the battle plan? And why are you doubting yourself? In essence, the advice is to slowly increase my network, to make myself known. Oh. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? You can probably guess my concern about it. I think so, but could you give me a refresher? Just so I don't misunderstand. I feel like that would be a shortcut, so to speak. Right? She did, however, remind me of an important and humbling fact. And what would that be? Well, but it's not guaranteed you'll get anything out of it, don't you think? Unless you're really sure the so-called shortcut is 100% gonna work. Because you'll have to do way more than just making a few calls and waiting for callbacks, you know? I'd say that's a decent impression of her. Thank you. After that, she told me a story about her early career experiences, both the good and the bad. Getting noticed is truly only the beginning. Then it is either a matter of letting your talent speak for you, or you go there to develop connections with the right people. Honestly, wouldn't it be best to have a combination of both? I don't know, it feels like that would just make everything easier. Even then, there's still no guarantee of success. After listening to her explanation, I respect Miss Rachel's determination. I can certainly see how it worked out for her. But then I was left wondering whether Mr. Lucas was meant something similar during our first meeting. Right. I thought it all sounded familiar. Will you try your suggestion then? I don't know. Is it difficult? No more difficult than sending reels to every audition I've come across. And being rejected by every single one of them. But for some reason I feel conflicted about it. Speaking of Mr. Lucas, he and I have also continued our correspondence. Although perhaps it was more like a necessity. Did something happen? He was stuck. Pardon? Actually, he was posted about it on social media last night. Oh. I might have seen it. Did you? I came across it when I was updating my schedule and responded out of concern. Then he called me almost immediately. He was loud, all sounds in order, and extremely drunk. Really? He denied it at first, but it was too obvious not to notice. He told me he was walking aimlessly, deep in thought. He entered Cary Park without realizing he had done so. Must have been some deep thinking he was doing, because I think it rained pretty hard last night. Well, I wouldn't know. The bus to and from there is currently not operating after 10. Which is why I sent him a message informing him of that fact, as he seemed to be unaware of it. Right? So he called me to ask if there was any other mode of public transportation nearby. Wouldn't it have been easier for him to just call a cab? He told me he wanted to know the city better. At midnight? Why not? After all, you operate your business after dark yourself. Touché. Perhaps he just didn't want to go home yet. And I might be mistaken here, but I thought he didn't like drinking. Wasn't it partying? Nonetheless, I think last night was quite different. It appears he had dinner with his team, and he needed the extra courage in order to negotiate with them about his proposed new direction. Oh. I see. I suppose it didn't go as expected. Perhaps. And I know that feeling all too well, miss. However, he said he will keep negotiating until they reach a compromise. That's good. Is it though? Miss Rachel told me about the hoops she had to jump through at the beginning of her career with her teammates as well. Likewise, Mr. Lucas has had to work to obtain approval from his team for his actions. How can they still be so positive? What do you mean? I just cannot picture myself convincing others to give me a chance like that. I almost wanted to ask, why do we have to be at the mercy of others in order to succeed or fail? Can't talent speak for itself? But if I truly believe that, which the number of rejections I have so far, I should have stopped long ago, shouldn't I have? Right, that's why it doesn't work that way. What do you mean? To let talent speak for itself, we would all have to have the same standards. I see what you mean. Art would cease to be art if it were standardized, wouldn't it? However, doesn't that imply that everything still depends on the whims of individual judging you at the moment? How does someone like Miss Rachel or Mr. Lucas manage to be fine with that? Perhaps because they don't see it as the be-all and end-all. What do you mean? Rather than viewing them as judges with the authority to determine their fates, perhaps they simply see them as hills to either overcome or avoid, if that makes sense. Just a matter of perspective as where the power lies. It's not easy to climb those hills, especially if you've never done it before. Therefore, it's good to try and find out what works for you, or ask for guidance or assistance even. Because one can't possibly know every single way to overcome obstacles, or be able to safely recognize warning signs without first learning about them from others. Is that what you're trying to say? I see. Still, Miss Riona? Yes. Sorry, I got lost in my thoughts. You're fine, I promise. But speaking of Mr. Lucas, what happened to him after the call? I picked him up and drove him home. Whoa! But I thought you're located in Bellevue. I am. But I still have unfinished business in the downtown area. Moreover, he suddenly began singing quite loudly near the end of our call, which led me to conclude that it would be best for me to go pick him up. I see. How was his singing, in your opinion? It wasn't too bad. If not for the fact that he was screaming most of the lyrics, that is. Well, his hoodie was soaked when I arrived, so I had to take it off before getting into my car. Thankfully, the water did not completely soak through his shirt, so he remained relatively dry. However, I still had to lay down the seat covers as his fur got rather wet. I hope he didn't get sick then. I should go now. Alright, will you be okay? I have a lot to think about. Thank you for being patient with my concerns, Lemon. No problem at all. Anytime. Have a good evening then, Lemon. Come back again soon. Oh, that was ending I wasn't expecting. Masala chai, spiced tea from Southern Asia. Fuck, I really need to start trying drinks. Okay, well, you know what? That was actually a pretty good night, if you ask me. I actually liked talking with Jordy and learning more about his patrols and his past, as other than the fact that he has some kids and he's married, I don't think we know much about him. So it's actually nice to have more about him come to surface. And I will say, the other officer and the detective were actually an interesting twist on the night. But not only that, the fact that I thought it was going to end when they all left, but then Miss Rachel, or Riona, came in. That was an interesting twist in and of itself. That was actually really cool, you know? And I kind of hope they do that twist one more time, or something like that. Because that's kind of the stuff that is really cool, and I like seeing. But with that being said, I can't wait for the next episode. I really wonder who will be coming in. Because for this episode, for the majority of it, at least the beginning, I honestly just thought it was going to be Jordy the whole night. But no. So honestly, I do wonder if the detective and officer will be back. Officer Dooley, right? And it was Detective McQueen? Something like that? Yeah, I kind of wonder if they're gonna be back or not. Doesn't really matter either way, but it'd be nice, you know? But anyways, I don't have much else to talk about, so thank you for tuning into The Frequency. This is the Rebel Lemon signing off. So, good night and sweet nightmares.